Man, Hammer Fist have taken a lot of fighters out tonight. Super Sage Northcutt gets a TKO finish over Zach Ottow via hammer strikes. This is a great win for Super Sage Northcutt. Sage is a young guy. He's 22 years old. He's just finally allowed to drink a little bit of alcohol. But since he's in the MMA and he's keeping his physique tight, he probably doesn't drink alcohol. But one thing I can say about Sage is it looks like he has found a little bit of composure. One, he actually looks like he's starting to look a little bit like a man. He's starting to look a little bit less like a young boy and more like a man. I don't know. His body looks like a Gray Maynard or something like that, but he looks like a man instead of a little boy. I thought that his fight style was good. You could tell that on the ground he's still green, but what he did do is he listened to his coaches. Faber was over there in the corner telling him, keep your knees together. Don't let that man get in between your knees. He was telling him everything to do. Grab the underhook. Take the underhook on the side with the blah, blah. They were, Faber was giving him those techniques that he needed. He was telling him what he needed in the fight, and the kid was listening. He was listening to his corner, and that's something, Sage Northcutt even said it himself, that he freaks out a little bit during the fights. He's such a young guy that, for me, to be honest, it's really hard for me to critique a Sage Northcutt the way that a lot of people do, because he is still so young. He's just so young. So, I haven't been like a fan. Oh my gosh, but it's like, I want to see the young guy do well. I really do. And he looked exceptionally well tonight. I understand that it's a Zach Ottow. It's not somebody else's own age. When he went in there with Mickey Gall, he got outclassed on the ground, and he kind of freaked out on the ground a little bit instead of keeping his composure. Tonight, he kept his composure, and then every time he got back on his feet, he was working. He was active, pumping the jab, putting together his combinations. In the first round, he got up from the takedown, and he was pumping the jab. Second round, he got up from the takedown, he was pumping the jab and hitting with some combinations. Right? He had put it together. He had put one with two to make three. I thought Sage Northcutt looked very, very good tonight. Really, really good tonight. He needs 4 or 5 light touches. Seriously, that young man needs 4 or 5 light touches, just like a Zach Ottow. Think about welterweight. Is there so many people in that weight class? He could just get a bunch of bodies. That's what he needs. He needs that so he can keep, developing into his manhood. By the time he's 24, 25 years old, he'll be challenging for a belt. But he needs to be able to compete with that new wave of MMA fighter. And right now, it seems like he can't quite do it. Even though I really thought that he could have beat, I thought he could have beat Mickey Gall any day of the week. I really did. So, I don't know what to say about that, but this guy's an incredibly talented young fighter. Bounced back from adversity in this fight. The first punch sent him to the ground. The first punch had him rocked. But it was nice to see him battle through that adversity and to add a couple more wrinkles to his game. Congrats to Sage Northcutt. Let me know what you guys thought about his performance tonight. There's so much to say about Sage Northcutt. A lot of people say bad things. A lot of people say good things. Just let me know your thoughts. I'm not sure if which way I should be leaning on this one. I just stayed neutral because he's 22. What am I going to do? I'm not in the business of beating up on 22-year-olds, So, anyways, congrats to Sage Northcutt. Congrats to Team Alpha Male for making a man out of this guy. Seriously. Anyways, hit that subscribe button, guys.